Hey guys, what's going on? Just thought I'd make this quick video to try to describe where I'm at. First of all, apologies for wearing sunglasses, but it's 8:30 on a Sunday morning and it's absolutely glorious, not a cloud in the sky, and if I take the glasses off I can't see a damn thing on the camera. And I'm just that lazy to go turn the car around. And that's what part of this video is about, because right now I'm crashing and I want to document it. There's not a cat in hell's chance I'm going to let this crash take me back to the drink. Not going to happen. And I'll say it again, as of today, I have never been further away from a drink in my life. But there's other things at play with me, and I've made videos in the past about this, but maybe not in so much detail. So I'm going to try explain what's going on. So, alcoholism wise, everything is absolutely perfect. I'm a week tomorrow, I'll be 6 months sober, which is just absolutely awesome. But pretty much since I started working, I got all my shit together. I've been in full-time employment. I'm about 12 weeks back into it, and when I went back to work, that's when, for whatever reason, and mainly the reasons are excuses that I made, was just not exercising and not doing all the things that had got me to this really good mental place. So as I say, it was exercising and eating healthy. Not dieting, just eating healthy. Those two things on top of getting sober put Glenn in a great place. So yeah, so sort of dissecting the 12 weeks of working, I probably for 12, let's say for the first 7 weeks the eating was okay, and then it started to just go downhill a little bit. The exercise basically stopped. I tried now and again to push myself on weekends, and I'd have the odd day off here and there, and I'd go for a 4-mile hike or something. So I did try to push through it, but that's just become less and less as well. And the eating's really gone to shit. Now, it's funny because I have a healthy breakfast. I have the same breakfast every morning, which has worked so well for me for the weight loss and just general peace of mind. And I have a fruit and veg smoothie for lunch every day, 5 days a week. Sometimes I do it at the weekends as well. So from 6:30 when I get up in the morning, through till about 5 p.m. till I get home from work, my eating is fine. And I also drink a pint of juice in the morning, diluted juice, very weak, so it's mainly water, and I take another half a litre with me to work, which I drink. So I'm doing almost a litre of water a day, which I know is not enough, but it's still good. But the problem happens when I get home now. There's absolutely zero motivation to work out, and as I say, this is not new. This has been since I started working. The food now, I have. There's usually generally my tea is ready for me, or I've got something half prepared just to sort of warm up or whatever. But I've been having that and then just eating again straight after it, which is quite disappointing, because, as the majority of you know, I'd lost like 44 pounds, and I was well on course to get to some completely new weights that I've not been since I was like 15. So that's all stopped, and the sweet tooth just come back with a vengeance, and I'm really hammering the chocolate. And I know we all laugh and giggle about having a sweet tooth and that, but the amount of chocolate I'm consuming is ridiculous. So I'm going to bring it up today now and just try to bring this all into context of where I'm at. So as I say, it's just gone 8:30 on this beautiful Sunday morning. almost a little bit like Groundhog Day with alcoholism again. It's all part of this is all part of how my brain's wired. Whether it's the addiction side or whatever it is, but this is what I have to deal with. So this is why I call it a crash, because as of now, when I went to bed last night, the last thing on my mind was, let's get up. It's going to be a beautiful day. Just get yourself in the car, get your boots, or at least get your trainers and go for a walk. Stick a 3.5 mile walk in. Get your earphones on, listen to some podcasts. You know, do that. That'll set you up for the day. What's actually happened is I've got up at 5:30, which is quite normal for me, and I've sat downstairs. I've turned the TV on, and I've started watching the Formula One. I'm not even a great fan of F1, but I've started watching it, and you know, and then I've had that argument with myself. You know, should I do this? Shouldn't I do that? Anyway, done fuck all. And went through to the kitchen, went into the fridge, and there was a big bar of like dark chocolate, and I mean a big bar. So I eat that in 3 sections. I eat a third at a time. So that was my breakfast. So I snapped a third off, went through, snapped it into its little chunks, sat there just eating this chocolate. Now, that's where the addiction of a hole, you know, the hole in your stomach or whatever we call it, the void, the black hole. That's where it affects me. It's like I'm eating to fill that hole. And with chocolate and the sugar and all that, you know, it does lots of there's lots of chemistry going on in your brain with it. So I did that. I was a bit disappointed with myself. About 10 minutes later, I went back, took a second third of it, ate that, and then it was like almost like, oh, what the fuck, you know, it's done now, you know. So I went back through and I got a Cadbury's cream egg from the fridge. You know, bear in mind, this is fucking 7:30 in the morning. So I did that. So I've eaten like 2/3 of a big bar of dark chocolate and a Cadbury's cream egg. And I sat there and I thought, right, what the fuck am I going to do now? You know, it's a new day, it's a beautiful day, we need to do something. So I've got this hobby that I do. I restore some sort of model cars, and I thought, I've not been doing that for a couple of weeks. I've only been tinkering with it. I've not been doing any full restores, so I've got a couple to do. So I thought what I'll do is I'll just go and get one started. And then I just had this realisation there that, do you know what, I just can't be arsed, and I've not had that feeling for a while. So that's why I purposely come out to make this video, because that's why I'm calling it the sort of the beginning of the crash, because that's the whole motivation dump that I suffer from. I've got to say, I don't get this very often. Excuse me. I think, you know, in my lifetime, I've probably had this about 5 or 6 times that I know of. But yeah, this is it now. I'm sort of heading into it. So as I say, there's no exercise, eating shit, and on top of that all, absolutely zero motivation. Can't even run on willpower. I just, you know, there's nothing there. There's no spark there whatsoever to get my ass into gear. I was on the group chat last night on Onwards and Upwards, and you know, I was saying some of this stuff, not in so much detail, but I was kind of saying where I'm at, and they were like, well, you know, just give yourself a fucking shake and get out there and get a walk done and the endorphins and all that. And yeah, you know, I know all this. I could write a book on all this stuff and what you should do and how to do it. But it's just that spark is not there. And it's quite difficult, you know. And it's funny because when I look back now over the last month or something, I see how it happens. As I say, sorry I'm repeating myself, but the exercise goes away, then the food goes away, the motivation and the really positive mindset disappears. So when I talk about brain farts a lot, and I say, you know, I can be not on top of the world, but I can be having a really great day, and then there's this trapdoor in my brain, and all of a sudden it just fucking drops, and then my mindset and whatever else just completely fucking drops out of my ass, and it puts me in a real shitty place. Now that's like, you know, that's a brain fart for me is generally between usually about a day or two up to about 4, maybe 5 days maximum. But yeah, not had that for probably 4 or 5 weeks. This has just been like almost like one giant brain fart that's taking us right up to today. So I'm just kind of posting it. I just wanted to post exactly where I'm up to, and see if anyone else suffers from it. Because I don't even know what it is. You know, I don't think I'm wallowing in it, and I'm after self-pity or anything. You know, this will not take me back to drinking. I will never drink again. You know, I'm adamant about that. I know I argue with people about that, and I'll say, oh well, this is the slippery road. I understand I'm not in a great place, but as I say, the drinking for me is done. Now I have to deal with whatever this is, and what causes it. And I still can't take the sunglasses off because it's bright. So yeah, I'm just trying to be as honest as I can and put myself out there again. And I need a plan. I need a plan. I wanted to do stuff today and to get myself started. And now my brain's telling me this is this Groundhog Day thing. Now my brain's saying, do you know what? Get it done tomorrow. Make day one tomorrow. Mondays are a great day one. You know, I mean, that's bullshit, isn't it? But, you know, I've talked myself into, Monday's a fantastic day one because you're back in your working routine and things are easier. Now, to a certain extent, a little bit of that's true because I like the food-wise in the breakfast and the smoothie for lunch and the hydration will be fine. So I'll do all that. So it kind of, the hard work starts when I get in. So I have my healthy-ish tea. And then that should be it then. I should just sort of hydrate more as the night goes on and certainly not have any chocolate or shit food in the house. And I should try to get some kind of workout done. Now, I've got great intentions as I'm speaking to you right now, but, you know, I'm going to just say in the back of my mind, but it's not really, it's the front of my mind. I'm kind of thinking, well, that exercise ain't going to happen. I don't know even why I'm sort of falsely committing to that, because that's just not going to happen. So anyway, I really don't know where I'm up to, and I'm definitely not saying fucking tomorrow's day one to get my shit going again. What may happen is I might have to crash a little bit more before I can get myself out of it. I need that spark. You know, when you're drinking, this is how I'll try and explain it to you. When you're drinking and you can't fucking put that drink down at all. Every day is a fucking day one for you. Sorry for swearing. I love swearing, I don't know why. Every day is a day one for you. And you go to bed with the best intentions in the world. You're going to do this, you're going to do that the next day, and next day you're right back at it. That's exactly the same mindset. So that's why I think it's just the addiction mindset, or the way I'm wired, you know. Because it's exactly the same, it's just a different substance. Now the alcohol's gone. You know, and it's I don't know if I won't even call it a food addiction. Whatever this is that's going on, and I know a few of you go, oh, it's depression, you need to get to doctors and get some meds. Not happening, guys, I'm afraid. Not happening. Been there, done that once. Don't take medicine. I'll take 2 paracetamol once a year if I get an headache, that's it. I'm just not into it. I went down that route about, I don't know, 15, 16 months ago. Fucking doctors tell you got depression just for fucking sake of it. It's ridiculous. I went with a little bit of spill I was feeling. Sounds like you got depression. Bang, here's your meds. Oh, by the way, we don't kick in for 6 weeks, but keep taking them. Fucking ridiculous. I stayed on antidepressants for about 2.5 months. I thought, this is not me. This is not what I want to do. I got straight off of them. I just stopped and dead. Didn't feel no different whatsoever, and I got myself out of that funk. Well, I didn't actually. You know what? I didn't get myself out of funk. What I actually did was I fucking relapsed and started drinking again. And that took care of everything because it just put me back to a world of shit. So, as I say, I don't believe it's depression because I'm not sat here fucking, and I'm not saying what this is. I'm not stereotyping depression, but I'm not sat here fucking down in the dumps and suicidal. You know, I'm upbeat. I'm pretty positive. I'm just disappointed that I'm putting weight back on and I can't seem to take control of my eating. That's where I'm at. And you know, but not being able to do that, or not wanting and willing and having a motivation to do my little hobby and other jobs, you know, and that affects my proper job because on a Monday morning, you know, there's that great technique, you know, if you start, everyone gets a second chance every day, you know, and I'm a great believer in that. And depending on how your day goes, depends how you feel and how you want it to go when you wake up. Now, I know that my work's been quite tricky for me for the last 2 or 3 weeks. just because I'm very unmotivated, and I'm the operations manager. I'm the one who's supposed to motivate everyone else. So I've just been doing the bare minimum of that to keep the place, ticking over. So them guys haven't a clue, but deep down, I'm just fucking just can't be arsed. I'm just almost clock watching to get out of there and get home. And so sorry, I'm really fucking going on. That's 15 minutes already. That's ridiculous. But this is important for me because I need to log this. So if you've stayed with me this long, I appreciate it. If you have got any comments or whatever, any thoughts, just stick them at the bottom. I'd love to hear from you and what you think. And I'm gonna just keep this updated, whether it be daily or a weekly, and just to document how or what actually changes to get me out of this funk. But one thing I can tell you is it won't be picking up a drink that gets me out of this funk. That's well gone. So anyway, enjoy your Sunday morning if you're in the UK, and enjoy whatever day it is, morning or night time, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for watching.